What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video on the NCAP Cars channel, and today I will finally be taking a look at another Race and Rescue release in Race and Rescue Sarge. This is the first time I was able to find a new release like Sarge in stores since the beginning of July. That's crazy for me, especially because, there's such good distribution for cases this year. It should have not have been that hard for me to get these guys. But Jackson Storm was the last new character I got in stores. I did buy Luigi and Guido, their pack, on eBay just because my stores were just getting in nothing. And as of the day of recording this video, August 30th, I was finally able to get Sarge. It took actually almost 2 whole months for me to finally get a new car in store, just because every single time I'd go, I'd either be late to the case, there would be not the ones I was looking for in terms of new cars, or my stores just didn't stock up on any of the new cases. Like, I know my local Target stocked up on like 3 case Vs, and they were quite empty for some time. And then other places I just pretty much just kind of didn't get the timing right and just kind of missed out. So really hoping that this is a turning point so that I can get some like red and other ones later on. I would really hope so. But anyways, Race and Rescue Sarge, he looks awesome. Very excited to get into this review. Of course, that artwork looks real nice. Nice little render of him. And I would like to say to the people who think that it's Mattel making these renders, that's completely wrong. Pixar has and always will be making the renders for Cars characters for Mattel to use. This is what they've done. This is one of their renders. And people say, it's Mattel. They're designing all these characters. No, they're not. Pixar designed all these characters, or else why would Mattel be designing characters for a Disney and Pixar Cars book? Yeah. I mean, there's the big flaw right there. Pixar makes these, they're able to just go through their old assets, add decals, add some cool accessories, and re-render it in the same way they always had, and that's how you get this and all of the other Race and Rescue guys. So that's just how it works, and yeah, but still very cool. Love that artwork. New for 2025. You have the Race and Rescue logo right up there. Very, very cool. Sarge right there in the bottom, and the backside just shows the main 3 from the first wave: Race and Rescue McQueen, Chick Hicks, and Race and Rescue Mater. So very, very nice. And without further ado, I'll be right back with Sarge all opened up. Alright guys, so here we have Sarge all opened up, and he looks fantastic. I am really impressed with this release for the Race and Rescue. He looks really, really cool. And yeah, let's go ahead and get straight into it. So this Sarge is very nice. He is the typical Sarge model. As you know, he's got the whole roof covering in the back, the same army base colors that you would expect, kind of like those greens. And yeah, he looks really cool overall. A lot of cool differences. So we'll go ahead and get straight into those. So to start off, you got his expression, which is brand new. Really cool stuff. The mouth is the same exact as you would get on any old Sarge, including that of the pit crew member Sarge. So that's pretty cool. You got the slits in the grill with the headlights all painted in. You got his eyes right there, looking pretty cool. Mine has a weird little bit of misprinting. We got a little bit of the white going above the eye shading on the left eye there. Left for him, right for the camera. So that's interesting, but still pretty cool to see. The whole hood area does have that nice little star printing, and you got the rescue text on the side. Pretty cool stuff. I could be wrong, but I believe this is the first time Sarge has ever had black tires. So that's pretty interesting to see. So instead of the classic purplish tires that he's always had for his release, he has black ones with some nice green painted rims. Pretty typical stuff, but those are looking very, very nice. The backside does finally have that little star printed on there with the little tail light, or just light in general, being painted in. You don't usually get those when it comes to Sarge. Very back has his 2 taillights printed in. You get the license plate 41 World War II. Veteran. Pretty cool. Little gas canister here and a first aid kit. Gas canister does have a little bit of printing on it just to give it that nice detail. You got the strap and everything being painted in. And you got the first aid kit having the Race and Rescue logo. Simplified version of it, of course, where it doesn't have any text. It's just the logos. So that's pretty cool. Nice red piece. Adds some nice contrast to the backside of him. Pretty cool stuff. The entire kind of, roof covering on the back is where all the main decals are. The sides, you get the Race and Rescue logo with the red and white. It's basically on just a white, plain, cream-like background and the red decal, which is very nice and clean. You can definitely see that. Let's get it closer up to the camera so it doesn't have to work so hard. But you can see very, very nice. It's got the nice, clean-ish texture. They did that a lot with some of their more recent ones, like Jackson Storm here. You can tell that his logo is very, very clean, very smooth. It's not blurry at all. So they've gotten better with that. So that's pretty cool. Backside has kind of like the white and red striping. Pretty cool stuff. Kind of wish it was printed more to the top, like all the way up to the rim of the roof, but Mattel didn't quite do that. Same on the opposite side here. Same logo. And then the very top roof just has the in full Radiator Springs Race and Rescue logo. Looking quite nice. Same red color. Now, this is just a problem that every single Sarge has. It really depends. But you got the white circle, but then the logo sometimes is not perfectly centered. Like I know mine is a little bit more to the left than I would have wanted it to be. So it's not completely centered, but it's as centered as it can be. So that's pretty cool. Good stuff. But easily the best little detail is that he has a nice little fire extinguisher here. That's really cool. It's basically just a modified little pit crew canister that you have on the pit crew Sarge, and you have it right there. So, bam, you got that. You got the whole cylindrical canister. You got the black little grooves on the edges being painted, and you got the little nozzle, and basically just the nozzle up top. That is really cool. I do like that design. I kind of wish they would have painted it silver, but that is not really the case. It was made in Thailand by Mattel, 18th week of 2025. And you can tell by that little base code, JDL 75, that he is the same exact model used as the Pit Crew Sarge. So he came before, he was JDL 75, that is his product code. And yeah, these are the same exact models. The only difference is they kind of changed up the asset for this, because you can see they connect in the same areas, and they just, printed and painted things a little bit differently. So yeah, pretty cool. I really do like this Sarge a lot. He is quite nice for sure. Comparison to the regular Sarge that we get, a lot of differences. You can tell, gray is a lot more dull on here. That's just kind of, Mattel has really made Sarge a lot more saturated recently. I don't really know if that's supposed to be completely accurate, but yeah. Anyways, that's going to do it for today's review of the Pick Remember Sarge. I really hope you guys did enjoy it. Leave a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.